What up everybody, Demon back, and today we are going to be talking about all of these Shin Gojira figures that have been released up to this point, what they mean, and my thoughts on them. So let's get right into talking about these pretty awesome, some kind of lame figures. Let's go. Alright, right away we got two of our main, out of two of the three main cast members. I say three only because originally we only got three main cast members released, and these are two of the three. We have the female, whose name I don't know, and the male, whose name I don't know. I am the great researcher of our generation. Just kidding. Anyways, guys, if you pay attention, they're holding something in their hand, or at least the girl is. If you didn't know, that is a figure for Shin Gojira. Yeah, we will talk about that figure in a little bit. So right away, I'm going to be kind of going from worst to best figures that have been released so far. This one I think we could all agree is the worst, only because what little kid wants to play with that? Not that I'm a little kid and I'm going to be playing with mine. Mine are all going to go on display. But I mean, that's not even cool to display. It's a weird. It's along the lines of a chibi toy, but worse. So here we go. Now we got the design that the girl was holding. The figure. I think this one is cheap and dumb. I think the texture is not detailed enough. Although I do like the fact that it kind of looks like a toy that I would play with as a kid. I don't think it looks like it has enough articulation. I just think it's one of the lazier, worst put together toys. It's one of the ones that is definitely made for little kids, not collectors. So here is another figure. I think this one might even be worse than the last one, so I guess this one should have been before the last one in terms of us talking about it. The dorsal fins just look like they're meshed together if you see those in the back. The tail looks too thin. I don't know. This figure doesn't work for me. Also, as you see, I mean, we're looking at millimeters, people. It's small. It is a small figure. This one would be tiny. I think it's smaller than the chibis. Moving on. Here is an ad for one of the figures. If you look below it, you actually do see some more Godzilla figures that look better than it. We got a Gojira 54 design. At least that's what I'm assuming it is. It says 1989 next to it. I think those are two different designs. I think one is the 89 design, one is Gojira, because one of those two designs looks definitely a lot more like Gojira than 89. Anyways, talking about the Shin Gojira toy, it looks okay here. It's the same one we talked about 2 slides ago. I don't think it's good, but at the same time I don't think it's bad. Here's a poor quality picture of it, but once again I don't think it looks good nor bad. I think it's one of the lazier put together toys. So here we go. This is a newer figure. This one's bulkier. I actually like this one. It's very stylistic. I don't think this is what Shin Gojira looks like, as we've seen from the statues and all that in the actual trailers. You see he's kind of fatter than he is in the actual movie, it appears. The back and the dorsal fins don't blend together well, but I do like that spike on the front of his chest. I think that works well considering what we know about the design. I think the tail is long and thick enough for it to be cool. Here's a better picture of it, guys. Better quality. Look at the tail, like I said. I think the end of it has some pretty cool details. All it could really use is just a new coat of color. If you were to go in and paint it yourself, do a custom figure of it, like customize it, I think it could definitely wind up being one of the better toys that we get. So here we go, we got a thinner toy. Here's a back angle of it. Here's one of the figures we talked about earlier. These are kind of out of order, only because it's hard to differentiate from one another. So these all could be the same figure or not, I don't know. But like I said, the dorsal fins on the back, and I know that's the thing I'm focusing on a lot here, but they just mesh together, and I don't think it looks good. The tail, on the other hand, look at the close-up of the kind of disfigured part of the tail. It looks pretty good there. So here's a cool figure. I think that might be the same one. I'm not sure what this one is. It definitely looks cool in this picture, but I think the one that we see up at the top, that doesn't look like the same design to me. That doesn't look like the same toy. It could be, but the one at the top looks a bit brighter, looks a bit better to me. Looks like it went over with paint one more time, made it look cooler. We also see a cool burning Godzilla to the side there. I would love to see that full design, but sadly I don't have a picture of it. We also see some cool Godzilla sculpt heads, Godzilla sculpts around that toy making spot. So here we go, we got a close-up on one of the cooler designs we got for Shin Gojira, one of the cooler design toys. This one definitely I'll probably be picking up, depending on if I can get my hands on it or not. That one looks super good compared to the last few. So here we go, now we're getting into a figure that I will 100% be getting. I think this one looks really good, and this was the very first figure we actually got word of. So here is just, that was kind of a blurry picture of this, so pay attention right here. I'll probably highlight it on screen. Notice that we get the two circles. We get Godzilla. If you can't read that, I can only read the word Godzilla. I cannot tell you what comes after, but it says Godzilla 2016. I'm assuming that says figure A, Godzilla 2016, figure B. So either one, that means there's a new kaiju in the movie other than Godzilla. Two, that Godzilla's regenerating and they're making two different toys of him. Or three, they're just having two different modeled Godzillas for the same design. I certainly hope it's two, because I think a regen theory makes a lot of sense and would be cool to see. So here's the actual figure. That's bad quality. Let's get it better. There we go. It's a bit bigger. It's a bit better. There's some good quality of the figure. We don't have great quality. It looks very stylistic to me. Very slimmed down from what we've seen. I like the tail. I like the end of the tail being all red like it is. The only problem I have with this design as a whole is that the face looks a bit too froggish to me and not enough Shin Gojira-ish to me. So here we go, probably the coolest Shin Gojira figure we have to date. I love this one. I'm definitely going to be buying this one. Lots of articulation we can see, many joints, many places we can move it from. You get multiple things in the tail if you pay attention close there. The head looks to move a lot. You can open and close the mouth. It's going to be a cool one to pose and keep on a shelf. Look at it there. It looks great. It looks to be similar to the Shin Gojira statue we got, and I think it is pretty good. I think this is the best one we have. I love that tail shot, by the way. Look how bloody and disgusting it looks. They really captured the horror of it, the disgustingness of it. There we go. We get a close-up of the mouth. No tongue, like I've mentioned in previous videos. I really like this, guys. I think this is a cool figure. So finally, we have this one, which I'm so confused as to what it is, because pay attention. This is the same exact design, same exact model as the Shin Gojira statue, except the hands are in different positions. The tail's the same, the feet are the same, the whole body position's the same, but the arms and hands are different. Also, the website that I found this on said that it was a figure. So, are we getting a figure that is equivalent to the statue? I don't know. But if this is an actual figure, this one will be awesome to get. This one is clearly my favorite of all of them so far. That is all I had to talk about in figure wise. Thank you all so much for watching. This channel has been doing so well recently. Thank you for the support. I'm D-Man, and D-Man out.